Hello there, welcome back to ProfNeel. It's a pleasure having you here. Naram Dharam, my Satyadeep, a tribute to an inspiration. Cinestar Dharamendra passed away recently, but not before touching my heart. Decades ago. 1989 saw me at the Taj Rambagh Palace, Jaipur, as a senior captain in the restaurant. And I was allotted a special 2 hours duty on my birthday. Now that's strange. In hotels, the person who celebrates his birthday, after the cake cutting celebrations done in the department, he or she is exempted of duty to go home or to his for his or her time. But Mr. Peter, my restaurant manager, the pleasant smiling assassin of a man, I mean, asked me to report for duty on my birthday for 2 hours only. No hours of protesting would make him change his decision. To reply with, Neil, just for me, my sake, 2 hours, please. And the more I protested, the broader his smile became. And I was down. He says, no, come back at what? Come at around 12 o'clock, 12 to, and then you leave in 2 hours. Come at around 11:45, leave it in 2 hours. I promise you, you leave in 2 hours. I could not help but inform my girlfriend about the changing plans for a birthday she planned. Anyway, as I on the day next day I changed my uniform and I trudged to the literally dragged my feet to the restaurant. Peter wished me and then pointed to a table, and I noticed there was a gentleman with his back to me, a very broad back, clad in a blue denim shirt, with two gentlemen sitting opposite him facing me. The two gentlemen were attired in a kurta and the elderly people, kurta and a dhoti and a typical Rajasthani, the turban. I approached and Peter pointed out to me that table and said, Neil, go to take the table, that's it. I went to the table and took the two gentlemen's orders first. And I was turned to the third person with the blue denim shirt, whose face till that time was concealed by his palm, elbow resting on the table. And that's when he removed his face, his palm, and I gasped. I saw the most handsome man I ever seen in my life. Greek god Uranus, in real life if there was one. And as I asked him for his order, I expected him to order in the typical sholay style of virus, half a dozen chickens and rotis and the works. But then he, in a very pleasant tone, a very sweet tone, which was strange to hear, he says, यार कुछ भी खिला दे प्यार से. I melted with that tone and that beautiful way he said that. I served him the orders, and as the conversation was dying down, I, emboldened by his warmth, I ventured forward to remark, all this in Hindi, sir, your one role in one film stands apart. The others pale into insignificance. He says, which one? Intrigued. I said, Satyakam, of course. Satyadeep in Satyakam. He was puzzled. He was like, you seen Satyakam? Because it was released in 1969 and I was a youth. And I must have been about 3 or 4 years. I said, I have not only just seen it, I live it. It's ethics and principles of ethics and values of Satyadeep. And then I added on, I said, you mentioned that if you didn't win a national award for this one, you will never ever win a national award. And true to word, you never won it. Because you emoted so well in the movie. He said, I didn't emote. Director Rishikesh Mukherjee extracted that emoting from me. Full credit to him. Another conversation drifted to softer roles that he had done, which I talked about Anupama, etc. I said, you excel in all these things. Why did you go to He-Man things and all, comedy and all? Which comedy was beautiful, but why He-Man, that tough man? He says, market forces, kya kare? So as he got up to leave, he placed his palm on my head and said something in Punjabi which I inferred it to be in the blessing on my, and then wished me my birthday. Thrust his hand into his jeans pocket and took out a pile of currency notes and just put into my jacket pocket, much to my protest. He says, "Rakh le yaar, kaka, salgira hai something in Punjabi, which meant that as an elder you are not supposed to leave a youngster on his birthday without gifting him anything. I was touched. Suppose you're tipped by Peter on this boy's birthday. As I escorted him to the table, to the door, I could not help but marvel at this man. He was, I mean, the typical Punjabi rural community heart, the big generous heart, untouched by the glitz and adulation of the Bollywood. I mean, he was still simple. The simplicity touched me. Simplicity is easy to describe, but very difficult to live. He lived that. That made my birthday very special. Embrace the twist to enjoy the day.